A very common question which the parents ask is about the fruit juice. So let me tell you that in the market, the fruit juices which we are getting, they are actually filled with sugar. So they are absolutely to be avoided. You should always remember to give fruits to the baby. You can make fruit juice at home, but the fiber in the fruit is very important, and when we make the juice, that fiber is generally discarded. So rather than giving homemade fruit juice, it is always better to give fresh fruits to the baby. Another important point is the portion size. We should always remember that there has to be a fixed portion size, and the plate should be filled with multiple colors. Like there can be rice which is a little white in color, then there can be vegetables which are multicolored, some curd also. So always remember, a good plate of balanced diet will have multiple colors in it. If you are a vegetarian, you can have good sources of proteins in the form of sprouts, in the form of quinoa, in the form of peas and mushrooms. And if you are a non-vegetarian, there can be good sources of proteins like mutton, chicken, egg. For the non-vegetarians, daily egg intake is actually a must. A very common question asked nowadays by the parents, especially for their teenage kids and teenage sons, is regarding protein powder. So I will always reiterate that it is not recommended for the kids to take protein powder. They have their own side effects, and the effect of the kidney and the effect of the protein on the kidneys can lead to protein overload. So it is always better to give natural proteins. Lastly, the parents should always remember to encourage physical activity in the child. It can be in the form of any activity like playing sports like badminton, tennis, swimming. We are going into the summer months, or just a walk in the park. Their screen time has to be very much limited. For the babies who are less than 2 years of age, there has to be no screen time, and after 2 years, ideally you should only have 1 or 2 hours of screen time, but it is better if there is no screen time till the age of 4 years. And for the teenage kids, yes, they can have a screen time maybe of 1 or 2 hours, but physical activity has to be encouraged. And if the screen time is there, then it has to be taken into account the size of the screen, the room in which they are watching the screen, whether it is a dark room or a bright room. All these things have to be taken into account. Lastly, we should always remember that kids need to sleep by 9:30, 10 p.m. latest. In today's world and in today's culture, we have a lot of kids who are sleeping at 11 p.m. Some of them are even awake till 12 midnight. It is not recommended for the kids. They have to sleep early, and the old age saying of early to bed and early to rise is something which has to be for all the kids.